raising money for the Sickle Cell Society because even though I grew up with very close family members who have sickle cell, I started working for the organization about a year ago. And I think even though I knew of sickle cell and I knew the impact that it can have, because I've seen it firsthand, working for the organization made me realize just how poor some of the care is that sickle cell patients face when they go into hospital, and a whole other myriad of issues that they face. And it just really amplified just how much this portion of our community need more awareness and support. So yeah, that's why I'm raising money for the Sickle Cell Society through my poetry this evening. My first piece is called Africa. You all know I am half Nigerian, half St. Lucian. Very proud of my Caribbean side. However, I have had the opportunity to travel to the continent a number of times over the last few years, and the countries that I've been to have had such a massive impact on me. So this is an ode to Africa. The sound of warm wind in the tops of palm trees, the melody of children playing and singing, tropical birds gently adding to the chorus, the soft breeze filled with moisture from the sea, the slow baking from the sun's smile, car horns beeping, sellers calling, sweet greetings to one's kin, joyful jesting with neighbors. Africa, beloved Africa, do you know just how rich you are? Just how rich you are. Yeah.
There is something about Africa that cannot leave you, no matter how far you go and how much you want to go away from it. And I think for me, you took me on a journey, like you brought it home.
So the inspiration for my poetry is the wonder of life. I am inspired by life. Sometimes the most everyday interaction with a stranger, to nature itself. I am inspired, and this might sound a little strange, but I'm inspired by my future children. When I write my poetry, I often think, what would I say to my children if I had children? So yeah, I'm inspired by life generally. So this poem is called Child Within. Initially I called it The Child Within, but then I kind of changed the title to The Child in You. It came out of reflections of what happens to the child within all of us. You know, we all remember being young and carefree and happy and joyful. And slowly as we get older, the child within, you know, in many of us dies. But this is a poem to remember the child within that never goes away, and to celebrate the child within. You see them swinging their legs with vigor on the seat of the train. You see them bolting forward in Olympic sprints to no particular finish line. You hear them loudly debating whether the sky is indeed the sky or instead a blanket of gigantic cotton, fixed in place by fairies. They laugh at things which seem silly to us. They find joy in things which seem mundane to us. They clap and dance while standing in queues. They write revised lists and letters for fictional characters made up by us. lists and letters of things they desire for festivities or birthdays, and they sing for no reason at all. They can be wholly distressed and melting in tears one moment and be dry-eyed and high-fiving the offender the next. Where does the child go in all of us? The movement, the endless imagination, the ease of forgiveness. I want to make sure I keep alive the child that is within me. So this evening, the poetry recital is going to be in my home. And if you know me, you know that my home is a very sacred space for me. And this evening I've decided to invite my closest, I'd say friends. The word friend sometimes isn't even adequate, because some of the people this evening, even though we are friends, we feel much more like family. There will also be some of my family attending, but even tonight, like, it doesn't capture everyone, obviously. You know, I have very close friends who live in other countries, but this is very special people to me who live in London and who I wanted to share my work with. These are people who have supported me through many of the different seasons of my life, and I can't wait to share this evening and my work with them. So this poem is called You Are, and it's about love. I don't think a poetry evening would be complete without a poem about love, so enjoy. You are deserving of love. You are deserving of love mingled with desire and stirred up with honor and sweetened with friendship. You are deserving of the rarity, the topaz gem named love. You are deserving of being cherished and cared for. You are deserving of the sparkling, deep, orange-hued thing called love. What do I want people to get out of this evening? I would say that after listening to the poetry and enjoying the atmosphere and the conversation and the food, I would want people to leave here lighter. We live in a very dark, sometimes confusing and quite sad world, which can get quite heavy sometimes. So I want people to be able to let go, breathe, exhale, and leave here lighter. So this next poem is called Knives and Smiles, and this poem I had to dig quite deep for this poem, because it came out of recent experiences that I've had that were very good experiences, but because of unresolved issues within myself, they reminded me of negative things that had happened in the past. So this poem is very personal, and it's like a note to myself to remember that good things can happen to you, and to let go of some of those past negative things. So yeah, this is Knives and Smiles. The stranger on the train hugged me tightly, genuinely. I struggled to say goodbye to him because my thoughts were tangled. This is a stranger, so free and open to converse with me and then hug me genuinely. The same tangle when my colleague sent me jewelry as a surprise just for being me. I thanked her, obviously, but the tangle was there. Then my new friend, and yes, this is about you, Ralia. Then my new friend, yes, I struggle even with the word friend. Her hair full of curls, and her soft words, her how are you, causing the same tangle. Stop, Shay, what is this? What is this tangle? What is this ball of old crashing up against the new? What is this tangle? So I took some time, as I do, for unpeeling. Then it rose up as a vapor of clarity. It was fear. A deep mistrust of people. A foggy hangover from bygone wars. A fear that behind every smile, hug, kind word was going to be swords and gnashing and tearing somewhere along the line. But look at the twinkling goodness of the people in my life. They are good. You guys are so good. So I exhale, and with it I pray that years of fear will be washed away. The unnatural expectation of knives behind smiles.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the more individualized life forces us to be, the harder it is to open up to any new experience in person, to trust outside of our own tired experiences.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can resonate with that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not the only one, but whenever a lot of good happens, and especially at once, or things start aligning, then fear automatically creeps in. And, when is the other shoe going to drop? Every time, it's quite a struggle to get out of that.
Yeah. And just to accept good.
Yeah.
So if I was to look back on this evening 10 years from now, what would I want to remember about this evening? I would want to remember that I did it. That I did it. I've had the idea for this poetry evening for about two years. It might even be longer. And as nerve-wracking as it was to, put my work out there and share it with people, in 10 years' time, I would like to look back and say, despite everything, I did it. And hopefully that would in turn encourage other people to do it, to just do it. The next poem is entitled Delilah. Yeah. It was for me. The next poem is called Delilah. Stumbling, weary and thirsty, we lay our heads in the lap of Delilah. But what is that thing for you and for me, the thing which soothes our stumbling, our weariness and our thirst? The thirst in our bones for which we have no words, that longing, that looking, that thirst in our bones. It's a cracking in the throat and a vacuum in our belly, that longing for which we have no words. So what is that thing for you and for me which causes us to seek refuge in the lap of Delilah and bury that longing in the vapor of comfort, such temporary comfort in the lap of Delilah? I don't know, but maybe your Delilah, maybe my Delilah is the dopamine rush from the boss's praise, or the sugary topping sticking to the top of our mouth from the 5th, no, the 6th jam donut. I don't know, maybe your Delilah, maybe my Delilah is a lover whose gentle touch satisfies the ache for embrace that our mother or our father should have bestowed on us as children. I don't know. Maybe your Delilah, maybe my Delilah is the applause for our intellect, or the looseness in our muscles and the weightlessness in our mind from the inhalation or the sips of the preferred substance. Maybe your place and my place, Delilah's lap, where the cracking in our throat and the vacuum in our belly is massaged and soothed. A distorted lullaby, a vapor. There's no message or punchline or warning in this poem, just a question for me and for you about where we take and where we lay down the cracking in our throat and the vacuum in our belly, the thirst in our bones for which we have no words. So this poem is called Soul Work. Soul work. Yes, we have our physical bodies, but we all have souls. And in the same way that we look after our physical and our outward body, we have to take care of our soul. So this poem is about reminding us to take care of what's inside. It's heavy lifting time, unpacking, removing, shifting, unboxing time. It's heavy lifting time. Yes, that's soul work, that's unpacking, removing, shifting, unboxing time. And our key, the question why. Ask yourself why. Why is that there? Why do I react like that? Why does that pinch and pull me? Ask yourself why. It's heavy lifting time. Life-saving unpacking time. Because I tell you, me, us, I tell you, if we don't unpack this, if we don't do this soul work, all these boxes, all these weights, all these cobwebs and traps and bones and debris and dust and dead weight will be ribbon wrapped and passed on to who? The little ones. Our little ones will carry it. We will make them carry it if we don't unpack it, unbox it, shift it, remove it. It's heavy lifting time. Soul work time. So this poem is also a love poem, but not the traditional love poem. It's entitled Ill Fit. And when I wrote this poem, like I was talking to myself. So I'll put that there at the beginning. And it might make you feel uncomfortable. So yeah, here it is, Ill Fit. It doesn't fit. I know you want it to fit, but it doesn't fit you. What you call love, because I don't know if you can really call it love, although I know you're desperate to call it love, yeah, it doesn't fit. And you can feel it. You can feel the tightness of the seams squeezing at your lungs and scratching at the tender places of your heart, but you're desperate for it to fit. Don't force it to fit. You can feel it, the discomfort and the lurch in your stomach when you simply think about the rage they showed you and then hid. It's in the poison digs at your intellect, your creativity, your family. You can feel it doesn't fit. It's in those murky waters of their past relationship. Yeah, the one before you, that person was a person just like you. Don't force it to fit. Before you two are drowning in the leftover bathwater of your lover, it doesn't fit. I know, you want it to fit. But it doesn't fit. You can see it in their drifting eyes, the flatness of their voice. I'm getting emotional. The flatness of their voice when you are bursting with excitement. It doesn't fit. But there's love out there that will fit you. You'll know it when you exhale. The comfort, the ease, and the smoothness of the fabrics against your skin. You will know it by the softness at which it falls upon all that makes you you. You will know it. You will know it by the arch of joy it creates in your back. You will know it by the absence of panic, second guessing, mind games, and the frosty chill that comes with love that doesn't fit. There's love out there that there's love out there that will fit you. Yeah. I'm sure we've all been there. I won't tell you my stories. You want it to fit.
Yeah, exactly. That was when he was reading that. I was like, in my mind, I was shouting, "But I want it to fit."
You know when you got your favorite trousers and you're like, "Oh yeah, you will go up," and you're sweating. It will fit.
I will make it.
I'll make it. Any thoughts on that one? Actually, Diana, I don't think you should say anything. Okay. I think you should be quiet. I think so.
It's a really nice way of thinking about it that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because like when you meet somebody and you know they're not the right match, you start to think, okay, but this works, but it doesn't fit. Makes you think about the whole.
Yeah.
It's not connecting. It's not. And I think in the space of love in general, like you really try and persuade yourself. Yeah. But I don't know, I feel like it doesn't fit comes down to the fundamentals. Like you just know that it's not. Yeah. You're not weaving together.
Yeah.
And it sucks when it doesn't.
Yeah.
But when it does fit, it's like the person just weaves into your life and they really connect. But
yeah. And I wanted to end the poem hopefully that it's
you
out
will.
there, you will. But in the meantime, don't force. Don't force it. Thoughts before our final poem?
think there's some occasions where we're trying to wear an outfit that just we wouldn't even be seen dead in outside, but indoors for some reason. We just want to, you know, try it on and, you know, just see what happens.
We're laughing because we've all done it.
Like you wouldn't wear it to greet your mum or you know your family, because you know that as soon as your mum sees you in that outfit, she'll be just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And you just know it, but for some reason it's just so appealing and so alluring, and it really links in with the Delilah, you know, what is the longing that you're, why are you longing to wear this outfit that just doesn't even, it's not even that it doesn't fit, it just doesn't suit you, it's like tattered and just broken and everything, so that got me thinking.
Okay, so the final poem of the evening is called Breath, and breath is a celebration of being a human being and being alive. Sometimes, you know, going to work, paying bills, we can get a bit lost in just the day-to-day mundane routine, and breath is a reminder that you are incredible. So yeah, here is Breath, and thank you for watching. Everybody, deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale and exhale. Look at that. You majestic wonder. Wind rushing through your organs and blood pumping through your veins, muscle and bone and intellect and lightning reactions and processes and arithmetic and enigmas and ancient science and power to create life and shed poisons and filter disease and heal and unsolve enigmas, all layered and packed and neatly tucked inside of you. Do you realize? No, we don't realize the wonder that we are. Eyes able to see and gaze upon beauty, ears able to hear and listen to the sounds of the universe. We are so glorious. And we are alive. We are alive. We are alive. So try not to squash the majesty of your existence into imaginary milestones, cultural laws, or worse still, the definitions of others. You are alive, you masterpiece. You are alive. That's it. So Breath, I thought that's the poem to finish the evening on. So this is a thank you from the bottom of my heart, not only to the people who came this evening, but for you who took your time to watch online. As I mentioned before, this whole thing was to raise money for Sickle Cell. So I'll put some links below where you can still donate if you would like to, or even just links to find out more about what Sickle Cell is. A note maybe to close would be dream, but don't leave it at dreaming. Like I said earlier, this evening and my poetry for many years were just dreams. But here I am this evening, living them out. So if there's one person watching and you've got a dream, pull it from dream to reality. So yeah, thank you.